Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be my November wrap-up. So in November, I read like quite a lot of books. I think like 11? I think 11, maybe 12, 11, I think. But like children's books too. So not that many pages. But that's not the point. Let's just get into the books. So first, I'm gonna talk about these three children's books. First, I have Apaļā bebe or Round Baby by Liene. This is a children's picture book. There I have a dedication to me. There are little story about this little baby, and each story starts and ends kind of the same. Like they start and at the end the baby goes to sleep. So it is a cute little children's book. I enjoyed it for what it was. Then I read Pasaka par Diego Pixie, or Story about Diego Pixie by Jānis Grīva. This is a children's book with very beautiful illustrations. I love this illustrator. The illustrations are amazing. And the story is cute too. It's about a little turtle who goes on an adventure. This is my childhood book. That's why it's so battered. I think it even might have been my mom's book, but who knows. I really enjoyed it. I think it's such a cute story. And here you have like story. You can read it before the bed for a kid because there are multiple stories in this one. And then the last one from these children books is Klusā karaļvalsts or Silent Kingdom by Zane Nuts. This is a beautiful book too. There are not a lot of text, but the overall message is cute. And it's about a kingdom where the king doesn't allow his people to talk. And then one day he decides that everyone will have a chance to say one phrase, one sentence, and what the people say. It's about that. Next I have The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I didn't enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed The House with Chicken Legs by the same author, but it was a cute story about a girl, what was her name? Janka, and she feels like she doesn't belong in the village because as a baby she was found in the woods by a bear cave. And then one day she wants to go and find out who she really is, who are her parents, and what happened. And it's about that adventure. There are stories that are told that are kind of like fairy tales, but they have something true in them. So a really lovely book. Next I have Atgriezies ērgli or Return Eagle by Edgars Nicholsons. This is a story about a boy who finds an injured and lost eagle in his yard. He tries to say the adults that he has found one, but they don't believe him. And it's a story around that. It was interesting. I'm glad that I read it, that I have it, because I went to school with the author. So I want to support people I know. Next I read Darkmouth Worlds Explode by Shane Haggerty. This is the second book in a Darkmouth series, and I really liked it. I saw where it is setting up for the next book. Like, there were some things, especially at the end, that you know that there will be next book. But I like this world, kind of, where there are our world and then there is this parallel world where these demon kind of things live that these people call legends, and there are legend slayers who try to protect the world from those legends who come into the world, our world, kind of. So yeah, it's about a boy who is learning to be the said legend slayer. His family is like in generations been legend slayers. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Then I have Kriev Odd or Russian Skin by Datsaruksan. This is a historical fiction novel about a woman and her daughter in Soviet times here in Latvia. So after Second World War. It was an interesting book. And turns out Russian Skin is a Chanel perfume. I'm not gonna say the real name in French because I don't speak French, but yeah, turns out it's that. It's about love. It's about the relationship between mother and daughter. And yeah, you can see where things are going wrong. But I really enjoyed it. I think this one was a really good book. Then I have Zosada or Goosebumps by Zanenots. This is adult contemporary romance, and it was okay. I liked the other book I read by this author, her first one, I Ironed His Shirts, or Es izgludināju viņa kreklus. I liked that one better because I felt more connected with the main character. I saw myself in her. In here, I didn't really enjoy how things were, but I liked the ending. Like it, I don't want to spoil anything, but I liked the ending. It wasn't like a predictable ending, I would say. So I'm editing and I realized that I didn't say anything. What was this about? It's about a woman who is running from her marriage and she runs off to Alps. She hopes to stay alone in this little house her friend suggested her, and she unexpectedly meets a man there she used to know from school, I think, and things happen. Things escalate from there. So yeah, it's about her trying to figure out what she wants. She feels stuck in her marriage, and yeah, we see if she figures anything out. So yeah, that's it. Then I have Latviešu šausmu stāsti or Latvian horror stories. There are 20 short stories from 20th century. I would debate that some of them are definitely not horror stories. I would like to know what the authors categorized those stories as, especially the older ones, because I don't think it was a genre when they, here in Latvia, when they wrote those stories. They didn't write them as horror stories, but we can find out because the authors are dead. So, but I enjoyed like seeing how some things might be considered horror depending on the time where you live. I enjoyed the ones in the middle more. The first ones, as I said, there weren't really horror stories. There were more like, one was like a ghost story, some were like just really tragic life stories. In the middle there were some really interesting ones, and in the end there were just, I don't know, the newer ones I didn't feel anything for, kind of. I like the one about roses that were kind of parasites. They took over everything. I found that one interesting and scary. So yeah, that's next. I have The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. This one started well and ended up to be a disappointing read. I don't know, I just read it and just the overall feeling, well, downhill. And I can't explain why, just something felt off. It's about this woman who inherits a house from her employer, and he had collected a lot of lost things in his lifetime, and he gives her a task to find as many homes for those lost things, real homes, real owners for those lost things as she can. And it's a story about that. And it's a story about the woman, about her life too. It was interesting at some points, but yeah, overall feeling just left me disappointed. The last one was the hardest read for the month, and it was Baltus and Vasture, or Ancient History of Balts by Andrejs Kavacis. This is a non-fiction, historical non-fiction, and it was a bit boring. There were some interesting things mentioned in this one, that Balts are a really, really old kind of nation. Not really a nation. I don't know what the English word would be, but like they have been here for a long, long time. The only ones that are left are Latvians and Lithuanians. But once, a long time ago, there were so many Balts that, yeah. And there are so many names for them that it was confusing. There were interesting things where the languages like Latvian and Italian were compared and things like that to show how they are similar, and that they have like come from the same source, kind of, and which one influenced which, and things like that. It was really interesting but boring at the same time. I really struggled through this one, but I'm glad I read it. That's good. So yeah, these are the books I read in November. It was a good month, as I said, but I don't know. I just feel like there were, a lot of kind of good books, but just, yeah, something was missing. Maybe it's me. Probably it's me. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you in the next one. Bye!